Hi everyone. The topic I chose to do my persuasive speech on is why we should have longer and paid maternity leaves in the US. Did you know that the US is one of the richest nations and doesn't offer paid and fair maternity leave? Even animals are expected to be with their mothers until they're at least 8 weeks old. Most scientists recommend till they are 12 weeks old, but humans, for some reason, only get 6 weeks if you're fortunate enough to be able to afford it. On the left, you see a chart, and it's showing that the US remains light years behind in maternity leaves. It shows the countries on how many weeks they give everybody, and the US is at the very bottom with a 0. The chart on the right shows the countries that are richest, and we are at the very top. A little background about maternity leave. If you're wondering what maternity leave is, it is a period of absence from work granted to a mother before and after the birth of a child. Women's bodies go through lots of trauma during labor and birth. In some cases, that trauma can be long lasting, hence why you need time to properly heal and not rush anything. Going back to work, you could pull a muscle, you could overdo it, which would only set you back. Lots of jobs around the US don't offer fair maternity leave. They offer unpaid time off with the expectation of coming back into work after just 6 weeks of being off to recover from giving birth. They expect you to have bonded with the baby, along with expecting your baby to be ready to leave you at just 6 weeks old. There's quite a bit of pros to having a fair maternity leave compared to the few cons that some people do have about maternity leave. The pros of having longer and paid maternity leave in the US: you get a longer amount of time to spend with your baby. Spending time with a newborn baby is super important because that's how you get your connection with them. You properly recover from giving birth if you stay home the correct amount of time. There would also be reduced stress on new parents about the financials. You get boosted mental health, household security improves. Bonding with infants during postpartum seems to be one of the key factors in a baby's growth. You have less marital issues because you would have money. You wouldn't have to worry about a babysitter. There's just less things to fight about. The issues don't just affect the new mother, they also affect the dad or the spouse because they also have to figure out how they're going to contribute to the money and things. The cons of having longer and paid maternity leave in the US: people feel as if maternity leave will harm businesses if workers take too much time off for caring for babies. They feel as if some of the businesses would be short-staffed, big and small businesses. People also worry that they'll have to pay more in taxes to support other people's maternity leaves. Scientists say that women who return in under 2 months have depressive symptoms along with self-esteem problems as well. The solutions. My solution starts by addressing the cons first. Instead of having people pay more in taxes, the government should contribute more to helping out new mothers. I feel that we give a lot to other countries, so when our people need it, we should be able to give it to them. We already pay a significant amount of tax dollars, so we shouldn't have to pay any more. Especially being the richest nation, we should be able to help our fellow Americans like other countries do their people who aren't as fortunate as America. Paid and longer maternity leave would not only benefit new parents, it would also benefit the future generations. Maternity leave should be longer and paid. There's so many more pros than cons to having a bill or a law passed like this. Not only with mothers with children, fathers, it just takes a lot of stress off of new families. And over here on the left is another chart of maternity weeks given in different countries compared to the US.